What's up, guys? It's boy Justin here with our first whole video of the year, which is funny because I did a poll, and the poll was a lie because I didn't have those videos recorded. I did have a bunch of stuff I bought from the last couple weeks that I didn't make videos of, so it was like I didn't know how to phrase that. So I was like, I'll just say I have these videos already made. You pick one, right? So that this morning I thought, the RPG haul would have won. Well, it turns out it didn't win. So in that video, I was like, "Oh, welcome to the first haul video of the year." So I'm like, "Gosh, dang it!" So I feel like oh my god. So when I eventually do upload that video, because I'm too lazy to redo it again. It's gonna come off a little weird if whatever. So yeah, for some reason the book haul video won, even though a lot of you guys don't even watch and comment on the book reviews. So yeah, and I picked this stuff up like a couple months ago. So I don't even remember some of the stuff in this haul, and oh my god, some of the pages got damaged because this stuff was in a bag for like a month. So the first book I picked up was the collection of Weird Tales, edited by Marvin Kaye, the magazine that never dies. So this was originally I got this at Value Village, which was my favorite thrift store to buy used books, and this comes with a collection of stories from Weird Tales magazine, which has stories from like the late 20s through 80s, I guess. And my dog's barking. It's almost midnight. So that's not good. Oh my god, shut up, dog. Sorry about that. Yeah, there's a storm outside. So yeah, this has like stories from Fritz Leiber, Robert E. Howard, Ray Bradbury, Robert Bloch, H.P. Lovecraft, Tanith Lee, which I really want to read Tanith Lee's Flat Earth series. I heard it was like one of the first super dark fantasy series ever. And those books her books in general are hard to find, man. Oh my god. Oh, but yeah, this looked cool. I've heard this Weird Tales was pretty awesome. So yeah, I picked this up. Next book, I'll just pick a random one. Is the When True Night Falls. This is by C.S. Friedman. This is like the second book in her sci-fi fantasy series. I hear it's very Dune-esque. I haven't read the first book yet. I do have the first book, and I picked this up, and the covers look cool. It looks like sci-fi, very sci-fi fantasy-esque. Because I remember a couple of years ago, I was trying to find sci-fi fantasy books that were not Star Wars, and I ended up because I was playing Phantasy Star at the time. I mean, if you play the old school Phantasy Star games, they're very they have this cool mix of sci-fi and classic fantasy. So I tried looking for sci-fi fantasy books to read, and I ended up going for these this really crappy series, and this should have been the ones I should have looked into, because this looks really cool, especially the covers and everything. So I heard these series are really good. I'm gonna try to read them at some point, because next month I've been into sci-fi lately, so I think next month in February I said I was gonna do a review for Star Ocean 3. So maybe we'll get into some sci-fi books. Maybe we'll do a poll. We'll see. So the next book is Chronicles of the Lensman, Volume 2 by E. Doc Smith. I don't have Volume 1. Hopefully I get Volume 1 at some point. And this collects the second half of the Lensman series, which I think this collects Gray Lensman, Second Stage Lensman, and Children of Lens, which I haven't read the Lensman books. The Lensman books were from the 50s that inspired not only Star Wars, which Star Wars was kind of inspired by old serials, Kurosawa films, specifically Hidden Fortress, and like, you know, Flash Gordon, but they were also inspired by the Lensman books, which also inspired the Green Lantern comics, man. Which I need to go back and read the. I haven't gotten around to reading the Green Lantern Silver Age Omnibus 2. I need to get into that. And the dog is barking again. The dog needs to go to bed. So yeah, hopefully I get book Omnibus 1 at some point. I think they're public domain, so if you look them up on like, you know, any like, you know, public domain sites, which I don't know where those are, but yeah, to read that stuff. This is Guardians of the Moon by Steven Erikson. Yeah, I heard great things about this series. This is a Canadian author, and that's not why I checked them out. I checked them out because, like, you know, a lot of people mention, you know, because I was like, oh man, I want to, like, because if you go to your local bookstores, they only have like, they don't have a lot of the older classic fantasy books anymore. And I don't like modern stuff, so I'm like, they have stuff from like the 2000s and late 90s, and like people keep mentioning like Joe Abercrombie and like Steven Erikson, so I'm like, I'll check out some reviews for those guys' books. And this one sounded really cool. It's like military, dark fantasy, and some of the, you know, concept art online looked awesome, looked amazing. And this is by my favorite, published by my favorite, my favorite fantasy publisher, Tor. So I'm gonna read these at some point. But they're like 10 books, and I hear it's like you kind of need to read them back to back. So I don't know when I'm gonna start reading these. Apparently, since I heard like, you know, these series were inspired by the Black Company books, which I have that. I have the omnibus for the trilogy, so I'm like, oh, I should read like the Black Company first before reading this. At least I heard that was the case. I don't know. So yeah, I think there's still like 2 more books left. The next book is the First Chronicles of Amber by Roger Lazenby. This is also another, you know, 70s, like, you know, well, this is 70s, but this is also a collection of, like, 70s sci-fi books that are also like a mix of science and fantasy, which science fiction and fantasy, that sounds, like, super cool. So I'm like, oh, man, I want to read these. And I also heard that they're, like, it's going to be adapted from, like, you know, into a TV series soon. And I watched a review for this, for the first book, and it sounded really cool. So I'm like, oh, I'll check it. I'll read this at some point. I think this has, like, the first 5 books. I don't know. What does this collect? It has 9 Princes in Amber, which is the first book. The Guns of Avalon, Sign of Unicorn, The Hand of Oberon, and The Courts of Chaos. So that sounds cool. And I also have Thieves World 3, Shadows of Sanctuary. I heard these books are really cool, the Thieves World books. Apparently, like, they're a collection of, like, short stories that were basically, authors got together, hey, let's write fan fiction of our favorite, like, fantasy books, characters, and, like, they changed the names, and, like, you know, they just, you know, it's basically fan fiction, but in a connected world. So I heard that this series of books were good. This is by Ace Fantasy. Next is another Roger Lazenby book, The Dream Master. I have no idea what it's about, but it looks cool. And that's it for this book haul video, guys. I would say probably the coolest stuff in this haul was probably this stuff. I thought this stuff was cool. Yeah. Hopefully this is the thumbnail. I have no control over the thumbnail. YouTube usually gives me crappy thumbnails. But yeah, that's it for this haul video, guys. Our next haul video will probably be either the video game haul or the graphic novel haul from my local LCS, which I also bought a Kamen Rider statue. A new Kamen Rider statue of a Kamen Rider figure I actually like. I didn't just buy it out of, pity. That's it for this video, guys. Peace.